ช่วงนี้นะคะไปติดตามข่าวภาคภาษาอังกฤษกับ NBT World Brief กันค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us for the NBT World Brief. Dry on NBT and NBT World. You're here with me, Shanita Sirakit Krathon. In our first story this morning, floodwaters in Nan province are continuing to recede as authorities begin recovery efforts in the hardest hit areas and work to restore essential services. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Higher Education, Science, Research and Innovation, Yochanan Wongsawat, said on Friday that water levels across Nan province were continuing to fall, with floodwaters in Wiengsa district draining into Sirikit Dam. Recovery efforts will begin in Bua and Tawangpa districts before expanding to Wiengsa, as well as the province's capital district. Electricity and water supply have been restored in most areas, while officials are working to reopen affected roads and repair damaged water pipes. Water trucks and cooked meals are also being provided to villagers in need of assistance. The government has ordered heavy machinery to clear mud from communities and is seeking to increase emergency relief funding to 100 million baht, while additional assistance is being prepared for more than 33 households severely damaged from the disaster. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul, who is currently visiting Australia and New Zealand, is expected to return this evening and travel to Nan province on Saturday morning to assess recovery needs. Thailand and New Zealand have elevated their bilateral relations to a strategic partnership during Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul's official visit. Prime Minister Anutin Chanvirakul was officially welcomed by New Zealand Prime Minister Christopher Luxon in Auckland on Friday, as the two countries have marked 70 years of diplomatic relations. Following the ceremony, the two leaders held bilateral talks covering 4 key areas, namely political and security cooperation, trade and economic ties, education and cultural exchanges, and regional and multilateral cooperation. They then signed a joint declaration on a strategic partnership between Thailand and New Zealand, formally elevating bilateral relations and setting a framework for deeper cooperation. The leaders also witnessed the signing of documents covering culture, civil service, education, and police cooperation. Prime Minister Luxon later took Prime Minister Anutin to Ardmore Airport to see a demonstration of light aircraft by New Zealand-based NZ Aero. Prime Minister Anutin said Thailand has long used NZ Aero aircraft for royal rainmaking operations and flight training, expressing hope that the visit would lead to closer cooperation and new opportunities for both countries' aviation industries. The visit concludes the Prime Minister of Thailand's official visit to Australia and New Zealand, with Prime Minister Anutin scheduled to return to Thailand later today. A new cancer screening and preventative health center is being developed at an MRT Orange Line station as Ministries of Transport and Public Health join forces to make healthcare services more accessible to the public. The Ministry of Transport and the Ministry of Public Health have signed an agreement to establish the NCI Wellness and Cancer Prevention Center at MRT, located at a multi-purpose building along the MRT Orange Line in Bangkok. The center will be operated by the National Cancer Institute, or NCI, providing proactive health screening and cancer prevention services closer to where people live and commute. The center is expected to open by the end of 2027 and serve up to 60,000 people a year, helping improve access to early cancer detection while reducing the cost burden to the public. Meanwhile, the Department of Highways have begun a free trial of the M6 motorway section between Bang Pa-in and Pak Chong. The 110-kilometer section is open free of charge from noon on Fridays until midnight on Sundays each week through to the 25th of December. Transport Minister Pipat Ratchakit Prakan said that the construction of the entire M6 motorway is now 92% complete and is expected to be fully finished by the 25th of December. From the 31st of December, the motorway will open fully to four-wheel vehicles and larger, with a toll of 250 baht for the full route expected to be introduced after the 2027 Songkran holiday. And that wraps up our NBT World Brief this morning. For more stories, simply scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, I'm Chanita Sidaket Craython. สวัสดีค่ะ